Yellow! Yes, Axie stack represent. What's going on, guys? I have had an extremely long day, and I'm finally glad I get to sit for a second, because... hot damn. What's going on? What's going on? How's everybody's Saturday? It is Saturday, right? I haven't forgotten what day of the week it is. Know that feeling. What do you guys want to work on tonight? I think I might try to finish DarthHonchkrow's thing. I got several hours, so we'll get this done. Oh yeah, that's right. I was avoiding wings last time. Alright, let's not avoid wings any further. Let us continue. Hey, Briarpatch! Welcome! With Thanksgiving and everything, it feels like I haven't done anything for so long, even though I know I just streamed, like, last week. Or last night? The other night? No, not last- it wasn't last night, it was the night before. It still feels like too long. It's been a long day. I got up at noon. I didn't get up at noon. I left the house at noon. I got up at 10, left the house at noon to take my cat to the vet. She originally just needed a general checkup, but while we were there, we found out that, the reason her ear is all red is because- which I knew was gonna be a problem, and I asked them about it, but her ear is all red because she has an ear infection, so I am not her favorite person at the moment. I do bird feet. They have toe. So okay, well, we do sketch. Sketch time in the margins. So when I do bird feet, they kind of have like, so this is where their toes connect, and they kind of have this funny little rectangle shape, their feet, right? And so their leg connects here. And then their toes, mine only have 3, so their toes are like that. And so you get 1, 2, 3 toes. And then they have their little toesies at the end. That one's really big. And so when I do the line, and then you get just one off the back, and you kind of stick it on wherever it looks good. But then I always do the top line. I'm gonna do this in another color. I always do the top line is like this, and it goes all the way down into the claw. And the way I got bird feet to look right was when you do the claw, instead of just going back up under, bring this down in line with the claw first, and then bring it back around, if that makes sense. Like, make this funny little point shape at the end here, because it makes them look really bird-y. Yes, and now you all know how I draw bird feet. That's how I draw bird feet. But you gotta get that little... You gotta get that little L shape. You gotta get this little V shape in here. Otherwise, the rest of it's pretty flat. They're pretty standard. I know birds' actual feet have more, like, folds going on here, but I don't draw them because I don't think my art style needs them. Feel free to screenshot that if you need it. So I'm gonna erase it. Also, hi, stop sign. Welcome. Hopefully that helps. Yeah, so I'm my Catsley's favorite person today. And that's how you draw bird feet. Why did I never finish this tail feather? I never... Why is this so loud all of a sudden? Music, please. Not so loud. Somebody might have found that to be fetishy. I don't know. It was bird foot. Boop. Alright, let's finish this wing. I'm gonna stop avoiding the wing. Let me look up bird wings actually real quick. Crow wing. Apparently that is a place in Minnesota. In case you were curious. DarthHonchkrow, sorry for the disembodied birdwing, but I need him for science. my Thanksgiving was pretty good. The neighbors downstairs invited me to go to their family's house since I live out in St. Louis. My family's not out here. I moved out here for a job, so I wasn't able to see my family for Christmas. For Christmas? Oh my god. Sorry, it's been a long day. For Thanksgiving, I wasn't able to see my family for Thanksgiving, so they invited me to go to their family's house, and it was really good. The food was all super good. I've never had turkey that good before. So, that was fun. Yeah, so that's what I did for Thanksgiving, not Christmas. I have lost my mind today. Sounds like everybody else had a pretty good Saturday, though. Nothing crazy happening. Went out and played Pokemon Go for a little while. I saw Pokemon Go. We got the Farfetch'd. I almost ran out and got a Duskull that was down by the dog park, and then I was like, I have to stream in 10 minutes. I don't have time to go get in my car, drive 4 minutes down the street to the dog park, and come back. It's gonna take me too long to do that. This angle's not working for me also. I need, like... that actually kind of sounds amazing. Not gonna lie. The turkey we had was, well, so her daughter hosted the party at her house, and, she and her husband made, they made... 12, please, thank you. They made one turkey that was roast and one turkey that was smoked. The smoked turkey was the most delightful thing I've ever eaten in my life. Like, I have had turkey at, like, several different places. You know, like, I've been to different people's houses for different holidays. And my parents, you know, being divorced and all, I've had Thanksgiving dinner at both of their houses. And they make a good turkey. Everybody makes a good, you know, turkey is good. Turkey is delicious. But I have never had turkey that good. That was so delicious. It was amazing. That sounds awesome, Briar. What kind of creatures did you come up with? Share with us. Pecan pie. I love pecan pie. I love chocolate pudding pie. My dad makes chocolate pudding pie sometimes just for the fun of it. So good. Do it. Hey, everybody share their world building stuff. I worked like a small amount on my world building stuff today. Like, I had a little bit of time to think about it, but I didn't have a lot of time to actually write anything down. So hopefully I'll have some time tomorrow afternoon to work. If I can get some of that stuff done, we can maybe work on some more character sheets for that. I mean, I have some other... I mean, we have other, I still have so many commissions to work on. You know, I've got a lot of other stuff to get finished, but I definitely want to start working on more Lord Hondel stuff, as well. Okay, Briar, good luck. Hope you get it figured out. Twitch has been kind of goofy the last couple days, I noticed. I've had a little trouble watching other streamers. They kind of cut in and out. So it could be on Twitch's end, too, which would be unfortunate, because there's no way for me to fix it. Like, I wouldn't even be able to go in and just temporarily reduce the bit rate just to, you know, let you guys be able to see it, because if it's on Twitch's end, it won't matter. But, anyway, yeah, so... That makes sense. There we go. That's a wing. That one looks like a wing. Hooray! Well, like, even the other night I was watching Volpine's stream, and her connection has historically been fine, but, they do look like I could cut an apple. Historically her streams have been fine, but the other day, like, every now and then it would stop to buffer, and I have pretty good internet, so I think it's a little bit Twitch, too. I think it's not always, I think it's not always your location. I think it is very frequently location, but I don't think it's always that. So then you... You guys can thank Dire Crow for the playlist. Dire Crow went completely ham and just filled the playlist with, like, what was it, like 8 hours worth of songs or something? Like, Dire Crow is the official Axie Stack DJ. I almost feel like I need to make a channel just to host the playlist, so if people ever want to listen to it, like, outside of the stream, they can, because we put a lot of effort into that just for it to only be used for streaming. It is now time for Christmas, although retail has been already in the Christmas mood. Mostly because Thanksgiving isn't really a thing as far as retail goes. I mean, the grocery store down the street from you had been playing, had already started playing, Christmas music, so... At first I never really understood it, because it was like, there's Thanksgiving in between, but there's not really, like, Thanksgiving-themed music, you know? And you might as well just hop right into the Christmas music. It's already just about that time of year people start to think about it. Like, it's not like anybody forgets Halloween because of Halloween. Ugh! It's like, not like anybody forgets Thanksgiving just because people are playing Christmas music, you know? So I guess on the one hand, maybe it's just like a style choice almost, that like, oh, well, let's just play the Christmas music now because it's that holiday season, but... Speaking of Hat in Time, I looked at all the games you guys suggested. I didn't have time to actually go in and purchase anything, so after the stream tonight, I'll go take a second look, but, thank you guys for the suggestions. I've been keeping an eye on them and kind of researching a little bit when I have a chance to. This weekend just happened to be super busy, with Thanksgiving, and then, my neighbors had me out running around yesterday doing stuff, so, you know, it was kind of a long vacation already. Well, I guess it's sort of a vacation. Holiday break. So I haven't actually had a chance to sit down and look at all your suggestions, but... He tripped over something and he's out. He's done. Also, hi Rachel. Welcome. I'm glad you finally joined the Axie Stack. I'm glad you're there. Now you can join in on our tomfoolery. I suppose you could play country for Thanksgiving. I never considered that. I don't know. Still, I don't really care for country too much either, but I guess I'm just saying, like, yeah, I guess you could play that for Thanksgiving. But it's not like there's, like for Christmas, there's, you know, songs about Santa, songs about the reindeer, songs about giving presents, songs about what you want for Christmas. Whereas for Thanksgiving, you don't get songs about stuffing and turkey and giving thanks, you know. There's not as much stuff to write Thanksgiving songs about, I guess. Well, the Axie stack's got your back, dude. There's one thing we are good at, it is sticking together. Also, question. Is anybody familiar with Twitch enough to know how you start an auto host? Because I have a couple people auto host set to auto host, and it does not seem to work. Because I still have to go in and type host whoever. They're on my host list, but for some reason they just don't show up on the list. Does anybody know why that might be? That's just in the settings? Okay. I mean, I went and looked at the list, and I have it set to auto-host, it just doesn't. I'll have to take a look at it. Because I have Vulpine set to auto-host so that you guys, if you happen to stop by the channel during the day, you know, you guys can see her stream on my channel. Because she streams during the day, so it's really good for me, because I can watch her while I'm at work, and it doesn't interfere with my stream schedule. Whereas, like, the girl who made our Twitch emotes, she streams at the same time I do, so I only really get to catch the end of her streams, if that makes sense. I know I put his legs down a little lower, but, I'm gonna move them up a little bit. I'm gonna make a new layer, and I'm just gonna take this foot, and I'm gonna move it up. It might not make sense anatomically, but I think you need to be able to see it, so we're just gonna do that. So speaking of bird feet, we're gonna now draw some bird feet. So it's, the temperature out here has been weird. I know we're gonna default back to talking about the weather, but, like, the weather here's been super weird, because, like, when I left today to take the cat to the vet, it was so nice out. Like, it was actually almost a little hot with my long sleeves on. And by the time I was done raiding with one of my friends from work, I was freezing. Like, I could feel the cold going through my boots because I was so cold. It was so weird. I guess it's the time of year for that kind of nonsense, but... There's a foot. Push the foot up here. Slide it over just a little more. There we go. Alright, yeah, there you go. It's not necessarily anatomically correct, but, I think you need to be able to see his foot. The Stream Shuffle likes us today. Or Playlist Shuffle, I should say. Okay, let's do the owl. Let's turn that off. So I think the only layer that's still on is the line art, right? Yeah, okay. Rope. That's the sidewalk. Okay. I'm gonna delete that layer because we don't need the gesture sketch anymore. No, you don't have to cut it. It just startled me. Is all. I think I had the music up a little loud to begin with. Like, I didn't really test the music before I started the stream. I just kind of jumped into it, so it's fine. If I hear any songs that are like particularly weird. Done. Kiwi. I know that's not what you meant. I know you meant, like... I know you meant, like, that kind of kiwi, but... There you go. Done. I don't usually do, like, speed drawings, like full sketches, but if somebody says, hey, draw a sandwich with beefy arms, I'm gonna do it, so. My doodles are usually quick in the margins and then get deleted immediately after, so. Something speaks to me. I wanted to give him kind of like a Guardians like a whole week, where like it's soft in this area. Because I like that movie. The beefiest of breads. Yeah, unfortunately nobody in the chat can actually use that emote, which is unfortunate. I wish that you guys could use it. But I guess that's the way Twitch is doing their things, so... Oh, that's right, the beefy stop sign too. Oh, you know what? I drew the disc for his face and I just remembered it is actually different. Actually, I was thinking about that. Funny you should mention that. Volpine had asked me what kind of things I do for you guys for subs, and I really only have 2 subs at the moment. And instead of focusing on subs and, you know, focusing on encouraging you guys to pay me money for things, because you guys already give me so much money to do art for you that I'd really rather it be more of a community building thing, and if you want to be a sub, you can. Because it's really not... I don't really consider it to be about, subs over followers. Like, for me, I would much rather you follow and donate what you can or buy art from me than pay me $5 to enjoy my channel. So I was thinking about maybe adding a section for the Discord and have movie night. And I don't know what night of the week it would be. We'd have to think about it, like if there's a particular night that works for you guys. I was also researching different websites you can do that kind of thing with. There's a website called Rabbit. It's rabb.it. Kind of like Slither.io and all those other kind of .io type things, but it's Rabbit. And Rabbit allows you to stream a movie and you can make a chat room for it, and so you can have up to 25 people join you to watch a movie. Of course, the problem with that is that if the Axie stack ever gets bigger than 25, we can't do it. Which, maybe that's not such a bad thing, because maybe not everybody can make it to movie night, but I was thinking about doing that. That maybe we'd have like one night of the week where we'd, you know, I'd stream like a movie off my computer, or we'd watch something on Netflix. I can't do it through Twitch because Twitch has rules against that. Hey, Deadmau5, welcome! And now Metroid. So yeah, I was kind of thinking about that might be cool if that's something you guys might be interested in. I don't know what, like I said, I don't know what night of the week it would be. I don't know what stream software we would use for that. I can't use Twitch, because if we use Twitch, I can get banned for streaming that kind of content. So, can't do that. But if we had like a Rabbit account or something like that, just a public domain media. Yeah, Deadmau5, if you know anything about that, I would love some advice, because I thought that might be something fun for us to do. You know, maybe if the stream on a Saturday night is like 2 hours and we go till like See, I don't know, because I already stream a long time on a Saturday night. We'd have to figure it out. We'd have to talk about it. But thought that might be fun. And then I could just post the link to it in the Discord, and, you know, we could... I could do that, too. We could just have, like, a... It could also be, like, on a first-come, first-serve. That's perfectly... Like, and the thing is that the Discord is so small right now that it doesn't matter. I could use Rabbit if I wanted, but... Oh, you mean like streaming public domain movies. I see. Does Twitch allow that in general, though? I didn't think Twitch allowed you to stream movies, period. I didn't realize that it was, like... That's the other thing. I don't expect, like, you know, even if we got up to, like, 100 people in the Axie stack, you know, I don't know that everybody would be interested in it or be able to make it, so maybe it doesn't matter. I'm gonna keep looking into it, though, kind of see what our options are. We could watch pretty much anything, so... He is tired of the crow shenanigans. The crow does not have very good balance. And he fell. Also, hello, welcome. Yeah, so that's the plan, though. I'm going to keep looking into it and see if I can find anything specific about, like, how other... Because I know other streamers do movie nights, so... but I really, like, as nice as it is to be affiliated now and that you guys can give me money, I don't want to, I don't want to keep... Like, I don't want to be one of those, I don't want to be one of those channels that, like, is constantly talking about it, and it's like, you know, make sure you hit the subscribe button, and I just... If you wanna do it, you know, do it. I'm not gonna be mad about it. I'm certainly going to be very grateful, but I'm not gonna encourage it the way some streamers do. Because it's not about that. I'd rather build the community and have a safe place for you guys to hang out and, you know, have fun. And if that means that we have to have, you know, I'd rather do, like, follower movie night than sub movie night. I don't want to lock anything behind a paywall, really. Well, just have everybody in chat grab Netflix and sync it. I suppose we could do that, but then you'd have to have a Netflix account. Which I guess is maybe a good thing, because you're supposed to, you know, all have a Netflix account. I don't know. I don't know how to things, so... The option is there, but you guys give me enough money for this kind of shit that I don't need to ask you for $5 to watch Twitch. Up to you guys, though. But yeah, I'm gonna keep looking into it, see if I can find any other options. Maybe there's a way to stream things, maybe through another website, and just, because the thing with being Twitch affiliated is that you can't stream to other websites, but it's only if you're streaming to Twitch at the same time. So if I were to find another way to stream movies without getting copyright flagged, but it's not through Twitch, then I can just stream there one night. Nugget, what you could do, maybe, is, collapse all your layers down, so that all your sketches are on one layer, and just copy and paste each one back onto their own layer, if that makes sense. Like, just, like, if I were gonna do that here, I would just grab, you know, his line art, cut, paste, and then just move it back to where I needed it. That's what I've done before, especially if I get, like, too many things on one layer, because I get the layers confused, too. Even when I label them, I get them confused, so... Aw, my cat forgave me. She's sitting in here with us now. Rachel's right, we gotta get a cat cam. I don't really feel like doing a... I don't really want to do a face cam just because I don't want to, but, we could get a cat cam. You guys could just see the blanket that's next to my laptop. And whether or not Cat is visiting. The much less exciting option is the Steve cam, which is probably going to be 80% his butt sticking out of the log. But yeah, that complicates things a little bit. Oh, let's see. Let's do this figure. By the way, I don't know if the rotate canvas thing makes you guys dizzy, and I apologize if it does. Sometimes I can't get the right angle sitting, so I just flip the canvas. I'm not even, like, I'm watching, you know, I'm doing it, and I still make myself dizzy doing it, so... You don't notice when I do this to it? When I spin it? Just spin the canvas forever. Does that make you dizzy? Oh, it's been a long day. That's the kind of mood I'm in. Drawing actual kiwis when kiwi was requested and spinning the canvas. I know. That's the kind of mood I'm in, though. I took this little stinker to the vet and carried her. She's 12 pounds, by the way. I didn't know. I don't know when that happened, but she's 12 pounds. And, so she's, like, really fucking heavy inside of her carrier. So... that tired me out, and then I went raiding in Pokemon Go. So... I'm tired. But I'm not, like, tired like I'm gonna fall asleep right now. I'm tired as in, like, I don't know what I'm talking about. Alright. Where are we at? I'm gonna remove the disembodied crow wings from the background, by the way. We don't need to keep looking at those since I've already drawn what I need. Well, let me show, Pine, I don't know if you're still here. I don't know which VODs you watched, but, at some point I'm gonna get back to working on this. Yes, I will be drawing owl wings soon enough. So that was something we were working on stream. I have too many commissions to work on now, so we'll get back to this at some point, but in case you were curious about other things we've been working on. I don't think I have anything really for the Ascenians. I haven't worked on them too much. I have, like, half a character sheet. I did draw... put it in Doodles, maybe? Personal art folder. I hate you. Dirgs. Yes, Dirgs! There you go, Dirgs. Drew one of the Ascenian's dragons, sort of. I hadn't really decided what I wanted him to look like, but that's pretty close. Oh. More world building at some point. We'll get back to it. For now, I have all these fun commissions to work on. The owl and the crow do not. The owl and the crow belong to Dire Crow. This is a commission for them. I have my own little world building project, and I have this cool flying dragon, and I have a whole bunch of other stuff going on. I was working on them for a little bit before I got a bunch of commissions, and then I decided to work on the commissions on stream. Mostly because I wasn't having time to work on the commissions any other time, and it's kind of fun for you guys, I think, to see your work coming together, so. Yeah, Nuggets got a knack for that, I see. Rachel, it depends on the thing. Generally, I average four color layers per object in the scene. So, Crow Friend here is going to have a base layer. He's going to have a color layer, which is going to have his black feathers, his backpack, his pants, the letters, his goggles, you know, all that stuff. Then he's going to have a shadow layer. He's going to have a highlight layer, and then he's going to have an overlay, just kind of a really light, like, gradient coming from whatever direction the sunlight's coming from. So, actually, that's 5 if you don't count the base. It's 5 if you count the base layer. So then in this particular scene, you'd have, like, 5 for the crow, 5 for the owl, and then maybe 5 for the background. So that's, like, 30, but that's for everything. So, I don't know. Like, kind of like that. That's generally how I break it down. Sometimes I'll add more or less layers depending, especially if, like, the overlay layer is doing something stupid to, like, their skin color, or in this case, their feather color, and I would rather put it on a soft light layer, then I'll do it a little differently. But I rely a lot on overlays and soft, you know, multiplies and soft, like I can pick out shadow colors, but it's so much easier just to pick one color and put it over the whole thing and multiply. Briar, I love that your birds became velociraptors. Are they like a velociraptor race, or are they like a creature that looks like a velociraptor? If that makes sense. Like, are they like a person, or are they more like a cat? Are they an animal or a person? Art is like an onion. Sometimes it has lots of layers, sometimes it's delicious, and sometimes it stinks. Actually, no, an even better proverb that has a much more positive outcome. Your art is like an onion. It has many layers, and it stinks when you first open it, but you can turn it into something tasty. Bam. Quote, Artsyaxolotl 2017 with Briar Patch. I want to see your velociraptor race. I need that in my life. Print that on a t-shirt also. I don't have anything to do that. My mic is crackling when my voice volume peaks. I apologize for that. Hang on. Oop. I mostly need to stop screaming into the microphone. That would help if I didn't keep doing that. Let me back you guys up a little bit. Maybe it'll be a little less squeaky. It is Omega. It is a windy gathering place. Nope, it is not. It is Little Root Town. Sorry. I was looking at the next song. Well, spoiler alert, that's the next song. That's okay, you gotta start somewhere. Everybody has to start somewhere. I think that's correct, and if it's not, I'll come back to it, because it's gonna bother me the next time I look at it if it's wrong. Owl. Nope. Owl. Wait, the other one. It says I'm offline? Definitely online since here. Interesting. I do not know why that would be. Let's hope that I don't break the sound loop. I am going to do that if I'm not careful. Yeah, it says I'm online. I don't know, that's weird. Do you have the right username? I usually just copy and paste it out of the top so I make sure I don't miss a number. The internet is a weird place. I don't know. I appreciate the thought, though. It's funny, their wings kind of taper. Some of them taper a little bit. Like, some of them come to a point and some of them don't. Can you please click on the picture that I'm clicking on instead of spiraling up to the top of the screen? Monster Hunter. That's right. Great one. Actually, that's a great picture for this. I have not played Monster Hunter either. I have heard excellent things about it, but I have never played it. Alrighty, stop sign. Thanks for stopping by. Alright. Now you stick around as long as you want. We'll be here. You're always welcome in the stack. Everyone's always welcome in the stack. The Axie stack is a very pleasant place to be. Wings, please. Feathers are hard. That depends entirely on the animal that you are petting. For example, cats have very soft fur, and they're very plush. Doggos. Most doggos. However, pit bulls do not have soft fur. Pit bulls have very coarse fur, and they're fun to scritch because their fur is so thin. What else? Birds depends also on the bird. I have met cockatoos who are the softest creatures I have ever touched in my life, and I have met the most wiry, silky birds. It depends. It depends on what it is. There was a cockatoo named Baby. I think I've talked about her before, maybe, at this shelter I used to work at in Pennsylvania. And she was such a sweetheart, and she was so soft. She was, like, silky. Like the kind of, like, down feathers you find in, like, a pillow. Like, she was so soft and plush, and she was so friendly. She just, like, snuggled up on your shoulder and just wanted to sit with you while you worked. And she was very loud when she wanted to be, but most of the time she just sat on your shoulder and just very quietly went... She just very quietly was like, Baby! She would just say her name so quietly and so sweetly. And then if the other cockatoo started screaming, she'd scream back, but when she was hanging out around her people, she would, you know, her human folks, she would be very quiet. Which was odd for a bird. So it depends on the bird. Depends on the bird, depends on the cat, the dog, the fur. Chinchillas are super soft. The kind of bird I want is not soft, I would not say. They have very, like smooth feathers. Axolotls are very, yeah, they're kind of slimy. They're kind of, trying to think of something comparable to it. They're kind of silky almost. Their skin is, it's slimy, but it's not like a gross kind of slimy, if that makes sense. It's not like a slug kind of slimy, or like, it's kind of like, I don't know if you've ever held a toad, or like a frog. Like, it's kind of like that. they're just cold and smooth. I also hold mine funny. A little bit oily, yeah, I guess would be a good word for it. I don't know, like when you're holding them though, they don't feel super wet while you're like it's weird. They don't feel like when I think slimy, I think they feel kind of like I picture like damp almost, and they're wet, but it's kind of like picture the feel of like Jello versus water. You know, like, water just kind of runs between your fingers and it doesn't really feel like much. But, like, Jello, you can touch it and it's smooth and weird. Like, they're more like water. They just don't feel like anything while you're holding them. I also hold mine funny because if I don't, he squirms out of my hands. If I ever have to pick him up, he's like, you know, he's just very sad axolotl, you know? And he sticks his little feet out all over the place trying to get me to not pick him up. And I have to hook one finger under his chest, and like my thumb goes under here, but then I have to like stick my pinky under him also. So I'm like holding him like a raptor. I'm a professional. Yes, you are being, well, it's not really professional, it's more how I do it so I can do it with one hand, because otherwise he squirms. So you kind of hold them, like, I don't really use my pinky at all. You have to, like, hold them. I wish I had a camera now just so I could show you how I hold him. You have to grab him like a four-taloned bird grabs its prey, which probably scares the shit out of him, honestly. But, like, so, like, my index finger and my ring finger go on one side of him, and my thumb goes on the other side, and then I kind of use my ring finger just to stabilize him, because if I don't, he'll squirm forward. You almost make your fingers into like a harness so that he can't escape, because he will escape in an instant if you let him. He's a very squirmy little man. He does not appreciate being handled. He does not like his bucket. He has a lime green bucket in the closet in my bedroom that I put him in when I clean his tank. He does not like his bucket. It has nothing to do with the fact that it's lime green. He just doesn't like not being in the tank. And that is a very bad representation of description. He is about he's almost a foot long, like from the tip of his nose to the tip of his tail. He's about 11 inches long, and his body is his diameter of his body. His little belly is kind of like I don't know, maybe like 1.5 inches, 2 inches. Like, make like the OK sign with your hand. I don't know how big your hands are, but just in general, like, if you make the OK sign with your hand, like, that's about how wide the circle part of the OK is, like, how big his body is. He's more like hand size, yeah. He's definitely not finger size. He's a little bit bigger than that. He's a chubby little man. I was having this discussion with somebody yesterday that axolotls are not very smart and he will eat literally anything. Like, he bit me yesterday. It doesn't hurt because he's a fish and he doesn't have teeth, but he bit me yesterday by accident because I was feeding him, and I went to move him to show somebody who was over, and I must have spooked him or something because he bit my hand. And it doesn't hurt. It doesn't feel like anything. He just kind of gums you, but he was not pleased with me. Yeah, he kind of gums you to death. He's great. I'm gonna go to my Google. We're gonna take another trip to my Google Drive so I can show you a picture of my stupid pet, who I love. Whole folder on here. There he is, and my foot. That's his tank. That gives you, this is the most recent picture. This gives you a pretty good idea of how big he is, though. I mean, like, because this right here is a 1 foot by 1 foot slate tile. And then the one he's sitting on is half a slate tile that we set on top. So, Ah, that's him. There's his cute, stupid face. I did not know that bearded dragons have teeth. I genuinely did not know that. The only lizard I've ever had growing up was an anole, and anoles don't really have teeth, and if they have teeth, they don't feel like anything, so I guess I assumed that lizards don't have teeth, which is stupid, but I didn't know they had teeth. So yeah, I guess they could probably hurt you. Oh, Steve. Pull up there in the background. That's him sneaking up on a piece of food that he missed. I'm still waiting for him to do the delayed reaction thing with his food so that I can take a video of it for you guys, because God, it's so funny when he tries and doesn't quite make it. He does, though. He tries his best. He tries so hard. He's so slow. Just slow little... you know who doesn't have teeth that hurts like hell when they bite you is my clownfish, who I've talked about several times in the last couple streams. She's an asshole, and, she hurts if she bites you. Because when like, if Steve bites you, it's by accident. He thinks you're food or something, and he's not trying. Or, like, if my cat bites you, it's usually affectionate, like she's trying to clean you. But if Wanda bites you, it is because she thinks you are encroaching on her territory, and she wants you out of that tank, like, right now. Like, she wants you out of that tank yesterday. See you later, stop sign. Have a good night. So, you know, of all the animals in my house, the one that will hurt if they bite you is the clownfish. Because she goes in for the kill. She wants you gone. Steve, not so much. Steve just doesn't realize what he's doing. Steve has no idea what's happening. Wanda's out for blood. Cosmo could care less. Cosmo doesn't care about anything. Cosmo's cute and small, and he loves his sponge, so... Cosmo's totally content to just stay where he is. It really should be, because she's like the deadliest creature I've ever met. She's so angry. You don't realize how angry clownfish actually are until you've met... Until, like, because like, you see a movie like Finding Nemo and they're cute and they're small. They're so angry. The thing about Wanda, the thing that's a little scary about the clownfish being so aggressive, though, is that I never know, like, if she's picking on Cosmo, I don't know if it's, like, I don't know if she wants to fight everything or if she wants to kill everything, if that makes sense. Like, she's constantly in attack mode. She just always wants to kill, like, but I don't know if it's because she wants to fight everything or if she wants to kill everything. Like, she had Cosmo by one of his fins yesterday and was dragging him around the tank, and I couldn't tell if she was trying to kill him or if he, like, did something to piss her off and she was just trying to remind him who's in charge. But I went in there and broke it up because I didn't want her to hurt him. He's my baby. He's a dick. Like, she had grabbed him by the... They have those two fins underneath. She had him by those fins and was dragging him around. So I don't know what he did, but she was not pleased. No, this isn't technically the right bird, but he's what they look like. So yeah, they should totally make a killer clownfish movie because clownfish are murderous. Yay! You made some progress! You should share it if you're comfortable. Because we totally want to see it. By the way, Rachel, I don't know if, since you just joined the Discord, I don't know if you saw it, but, we have a tag in the Discord that's for sharing art, so if you are ever working on something and you want to show it off, go for it, because that's what that tag's for. There's like a whole channel just for that. Yeah, do it, dude. Put it in the Discord. Check it out. I should make a, speaking of race things, I should make a dragon for the, Senians that looks like a fox. Just for Volpine. Still need to come up with a bunch of different species of dragons. Right, I remember you said that the Jahordi are more like slight facial shape differences, but otherwise they're pretty similar. Ah, do it. We shall teach you the way of the Discord. Also, I'm going to be very disappointed if Binding of Isaac doesn't come on here again, because Binding of Isaac comes up every single stream, even though I shuffle. Oh yeah, why did this person give the... No offense to the artist, because the art is beautiful, so I'm not, like, picking on him, but I wonder why this person gave him, 3 toes. Like, at the very least, one of the toes should be in the back. Like, you know, one should be a thumb toe. I don't know. Whoa. Hey, search this Mac. Come back. Stop that. Give me my computer. None of that tomfoolery. Oh, I thought you told me he has 2. Yes, he does have to get special foot insert. I thought you told me he had 2 in the back and 1 in the, or 1 in the back and 2 in the front. Maybe I misunderstood you. I don't know why I lost all my words there for a second. Well, I think they have enough. It doesn't really matter because their feet. Oh yeah, I must have misread whatever you said then. Okay. You don't really see their feet all that much anyway. Oh, I did draw 3. Okay, sure. I don't know. I'm confused. I have lost track. No, I did draw 3 because I can see it right here. I did 1, 2, 3, and then there must have been 1 in the back that I didn't draw. I don't know why I gave him 2. Let's do that on his layer. Oh. Definitely was there the whole time. My Jadoa only have 3 toes also. But they have 3 toes and 3 fingers, and then they have the thumb toe and the thumbs. And I based their number system off the number 8 because of it. They only have 4 fingers total on each hand. And then because of that, I had to sacrifice being able to do that with any other race because I wanted the Dodoa to be different. So as much as I would have liked to have given the Veos less fingers, I kind of just stuck with 5 because it's easy. Nah, don't worry about it. It's not a big deal. Just fix it. Thank you for the creative freedom, though. I want to get your characters right, though. Still in the throw. Pa 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 pa. Drew that on the wrong layer. Fixed. I imagine it's probably pretty hard to stick to all the details when you're drawing somebody else. Like, even I miss stuff sometimes. People usually seem to, Nugget, usually people seem to get your characters pretty well, though. I've seen you post a couple of them. A couple of the, you know, things you've had drawn. So, Volpine, did you get any more done on those overlay pieces you were working on? The last stream I watched of yours, you were sort of finished with the, with your elf characters, and you had started those overlay drawings, and I wasn't sure if you finished them. I don't know how much work you do off-stream. I'm on a different layer now, so I can get messy. You're not even gonna see his toes, so it doesn't matter. They're under the wing of the other bird. I thought about doing a really small overlay for the stream. Something just small across the bottom. But I want to figure out how to do, like, alerts that say, like... Oh, you're fine. I was just wondering, if you had worked on your, you were drawing those, your, fox character for your overlay. I was wondering if you had worked on that anymore. It looked like it was pretty cool so far. I didn't want to do too much of an overlay, you know? I was thinking about it, but... like, I don't want to do anything too big. I don't think we need it. I just thought it might be fun to have, like, you know, across the bottom it might say who the last follower was or something. But I'd have to come up with something really specific, because I don't want it to take up too much space. Mostly because I don't feel like resizing the window. I'd rather it just stay the size that it is. You know, some people resize their art window to fit in the frame of the whatever overlay they make, but I don't want to futz with it too much. Oh, sweet. Did you post them on social media yet? I don't know that I saw them, although I haven't really been near the computer much today, so... Keyboard, I'm gonna need you to slide over a little. Thanks. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I didn't get to check the chat all that much before I, Let's check out what everybody's working on. I haven't, I didn't really have a chance to check the whole Discord. Art chair. Zoom in. I didn't need to see what was going on. Nugget's got bird friend. And Jahordi friends. They look awesome. It's fun seeing the characters standing next to each other. I thought about maybe sliding the window up a little bit so that this top bar here is gone, like the Mac bar, because you don't really need this stuff's not necessary for you guys to see. Sliding it up a little bit so I could put a bar across the bottom. Nothing too wild. Check this. That came out so good. That looks awesome so far. Starbound. Yeah, I love the colors. I like that you lightened up the background too. It makes them stand out more. This came out cool. And then Rachel's got a thing. Oh, check her out. Who's that a commission for? That's cool. It's funny, I also have drawn a pirate recently. Drew a pirate bird for Nugget. Look at you. Look at these talented peeps. The Axie stack is full of talent. We are the most talented stack of axolotls. Talent and skillful, I should say. Talented and skillful. We have all worked very hard to get to where we are. And you cannot call that talent alone. That had to be a little bit of hard work. They look great, you guys. It's so fun seeing your work in the Discord. That's like half the fun of my day. That's so cool. Okay, so we got almost a full owl. The shuffle was like, hey, you like Starbound? How about some more Starbound? Oh, the stripes are great on that. Alright, Crow friend, I'm gonna need you to come down to the bottom. Thanks. Just layer that label. Label that layer so I don't confuse it again. that's on the there. Hold up. Hoping I can get this done soon so we can spend the next hour doing color, and then I won't have to, like, draw this out for too much longer. I always feel bad when I take a long time. How many layers did I give you? Hard to tell, and you kind of have to simplify the wings a little bit. Because there's like way more layers of feathers than this. It's just, you gotta simplify it down or else you spend hours killing yourself in line art doing feathers. Doesn't seem right. I need to draw over this one first. Okay, so you got this piece. Be like that, and that one's gonna be like that. I just needed to get the segments under control there because I was just gonna draw in a straight line then. I tell you what, I'm gonna put you guys on BRB for just a second. I'm gonna go get a glass of water. It's a little warm in here, so I will be right back. I don't have the BRB up on this one. That's awkward. I do. I'm an idiot. Alright, I'll be back in just a second. Okay, I am back with hydration. I want you to know, though, that briefly while I was in the fridge and I removed my Brita filter pitcher thing out of the fridge, there is a small package of carrots at the back of the fridge that I did not know was in there, and it's forming its own ecosystem inside the bag, so that's going in the trash after I'm done streaming. I thought I used all my baby carrots, but apparently that was not the case. In case you were curious about how I deal with food, that is not it. I don't know, shit just goes missing in the back of my fridge and then that happens. The only reason I was fighting with fruit flies for like 3 weeks was because an apple went bad at the bottom of my apple dish and I didn't realize it, because how are you supposed to know that the apple at the bottom is bad? Never. It wasn't because I left them out too long or I wasn't paying attention. It was that they were fresh apples that I just bought at the store, and the one at the bottom of the container happened to be bad. I'm not a dirty person, I swear. You like how I'm following the lines that I made for myself so that I would not get lost? Just thought I would share that very informative piece of information with you. Do it. No, totally reference it. I referenced a lot of other people's height charts, so... Heck, I referenced somebody's entire sheet for a species sheet because she told me it was okay. Ribbontail on DeviantArt told me that she gave me tons of advice on how to make the Jadoa's character sheet and everything, and she helped me build it and basically said, yeah, copy my shit. So I did. Yeah, no, it's cool. Yeah, no, it's awesome. I'm glad you're using it, especially if it's helping you out. That's what I meant by that, was that that's cool. I'm not only just okay with it because, hey, it's not plagiarizing, but also I'm okay with it because I'm really happy that it's helping you out. I gotta find a way to break that sheet down, though, because that sheet is way too big. That sheet ended up becoming an unreasonably large size, and I need to fix it because it's far too large. Ribbontail agreed with me on that, too. She was like, it was fun making the really big ones, but I agree they're hard to read. Because they are. I thought about breaking it up into, like... Because there's technically 4 sections to that sheet. There's, like, physical appearance, anything related to their biology, such as, you know, reproduction, or, like, for the Jadoa, it's stuff like their feet are made like this so they can walk on the sand, or this is what their ribcage looks like, or whatever, like that kind of stuff. Then there's a section on culture. There's a section for their culture, and there's ecology, I think. So, like, anything related to their mental state. There's a couple different ones. Yeah, Direcrow, I definitely agree. I was sort of thinking about breaking it down into, like, pages. Because on that sheet, I've got, like... It's already sort of broken down into pieces. So I could probably take each one of these little panels. So, like, I could probably make this panel its own page, and this panel its own page, and, like, if I organize these differently, this could be its own page. These I'd probably break down a little differently, but... I'm not gonna lie, this was really fun to put together. Like, it was fun to lay it all out like this. But... You know... I mean, it was fun to put together, but it's just, in the long run, doing more of these in this style is just not reasonable. I actually couldn't do the art in this document. I had to do the art in its own document and copy and paste the images over because the document wouldn't load because it was so big. So... I kind of have, like, a plan laid out for how I want to do it, too. I also need to redo the fruit because a lot of the fruit looks like the fruit from Pokemon, and I need to have that not be a thing. So, yeah. Also, look how different the height chart was at one point. Look how big the Jadoa were. Look how big and stupid they are. And the Veos were so tiny. Now they're so big. It's hard to lay them out because they're... Look how different they are. Yeah, the Jadoa went from being real tall and like people size. Now they're babies. Now they're little short friends. The Veos got huge. Yeah, look how small the Veos used to be compared to an Ascennian. The humans and the Ascennians kind of stayed the same. They're roughly, roughly the same size. I also just realized this height chart's super messed up because this means that this girl's only 4 something. I don't know how that happened. Okay, so the numbers on this chart don't make any sense, but yeah. There you go. Now you know. Fun fact Rooney. That's like the other night we went through all the way back to the oldest pictures of the Jadoa. Yeah, I mean that was what they started out as. Also, look how terrible I was at feathers at one point. They look way better now. Progress. 2014. Oh, yeah, there you go. Almost 4 years ago. It really does. Also, having stable medication helps. So that you're not losing your mind constantly. Bioshock. Come on, you're losing your edge. You were the OST king for a minute. When I go home for the holidays, though, I gotta ask one of my doctors about one of my medications, because I am having the hardest time keeping my weight down, and I have a feeling it might have something to do with one of my medicines, because I have the world's worst metabolism. I don't know which one it was. It was a Bioshock. It was Bioshock Infinite. Okay. Glad you knew that, because I didn't. I also just realized I forgot your owl's tail entirely. Guess what we're just doing from scratch. That is not where a tail goes, though. Okay, fine, we'll draw it. I'm sketched out, make it look pretty. Don't draw without a sketch, kids. End up with some bullshit. Oh, not white. Cannot draw in white. So you are on a black canvas. It is. You are correct. You got that one right. I have not played any of the Bioshocks either. Again, I have heard great things. I just, you know, have not. Hey, I'll do it. Gotta, you know, be able to afford it. Gotta get around to it. I gotta figure out what we're doing. Alright, Nugget demands it. We're doing it. What console is that on? Is there a PC version? Things being PC version makes things a lot easier because I don't have some consoles, and if I do have a console, it's sometimes not easy to hook it up. Like, I have a Wii U, but it's really hard. I don't know how to hook it up to the stream properly. Welcome! Welcome back, Briar. You should post it in the chat. I'll, in the Discord. I'll, open it up. We'll check it out. If you want. Okay, we'll have to check it out then. Yeah, that's on the list. That game suggestion tab is very helpful. Okay. Yeah, do it. We'll check it out. We like seeing other people's art. That's okay. Hey, no judgment. We accept all art. If you're comfortable sharing it, we would love to see it. There's no judgment here. Text messages for some reason. Check that out right now because I'm doing a thing. Sorry, fam, if you're trying to text me because, I'm busy. Oh, okay, I see. They're, sure, rotated. Didn't rotate. Cool! I like this one has like a little ridge on his nose. So some of their crests can go down real low on them. I bet these dudes could get some epic mohawks. Cool, cool. I heard a bloop. Oh, that was. I dig it. Pigeons have the most epic head crest things. Oh, that was the Discord. That's what I heard. I got so confused for a second. Somebody posting. Yes. Oh, yeah, yeah. I mean, you guys can do anything. You guys can suggest anything. Yeah, Tested has a good point. Bioshock is a little bit higher adrenaline-based. But I don't mind that so much for gaming, I guess. I mean, like, not so much stuff like... Not even that it's the kind of thing I would agree to play anyway, but, like, I mean, like, not, like, like Battlefield, you know? Like, if I'm gonna play an action-based game, I want it to have, like, a story. And since Bioshock is very story-heavy, I would consider playing that, if that makes sense. I don't know what Tested is up to. Tested, are you here? No, Tested is not here. Tested. Lurking in the Discord. Hope you're having fun doing whatever you're doing. Yeah, the stipulation with the game suggestions is more, you know, avoiding realistic violence and more, like, fantasy violence. I mean, even sorts of things I've played on stream in the past that were, you know, high action was like, you know, even Guild Wars isn't super chill. You know, you're still having to dodge around and fight things and there's loud noises. It's more, the chillness factor was meant more for art. Because I don't want, like, high energy while I'm working, because it's distracting, I think. Oh, excuse me, I did not mean to slurp. Okay, so, birds are done. I know I put a letter over here, but I think I'm gonna leave it where it is. So let's get the background put together. Collapse these guys. Dire Crow, is there anything noticeable that I have missed so far? Anything that stands out? Or anything that stands out to you as looking funny? Any for anybody, is anything in particular stand out or looking pretty good? Okay. Want to make sure, and anything with, like, their, like, I know your owl has some different, face details, so I'll get that in color. We don't need that right now. Okay. So, let's, get this background done. Angle. Oh, and of course Breath of the Wild is on the suggestion list, you know, at some point. That's because it is. Gotta be fast. I have yet to play it because when it came out, I was just about to move to St. Louis, and so I really didn't have the time. And by the time I got here, a bunch of other stuff came out, and I just didn't get back to it. But I intentionally avoided watching people play it because I wanted to have a fresh experience with it, so I actually haven't even seen any content from it, really. Just the occasional GIF on Tumblr or something. I love the Zelda franchise. I just didn't get a chance to play it. Ahoy, Invaration! Welcome! Long time no see. You're here today. Absolutely. That's high on my list of things I wish to play. Alright, we're gonna do my little border edge trick here, because I cannot see what I am doing at all. No, not 6,000s. Thank you. Hit the 0 too many times. There we go. Need to be able to draw over the line here. That's another good trick for you, you artists. If you have trouble drawing up against the edge of the canvas, just extend the canvas by, like, a certain number you're gonna remember, and then just crop it back down when you're done. How's it going? How's life? How's the universe? Yeah, big and getting bigger. Yep. Sounds about right. Oh, this is not on its own layer. Well, that's unfortunate. Okay, yeah, that's very unfortunate. Sort of hoping to keep that on its own layer, but too late. I'm gonna bring that line a little bit. Also... Oop. Better get that taper in there. From Gravity Rush? I don't know if that helps. I haven't played whatever this is either, so I like the music. The game has good music. Like that there's a mix of things on the playlist though, like even some stuff that maybe some of us haven't heard. I feel like this came up on the playlist at one point though, I recognize it. Did we get any Persona work on here, or Persona music on here? Oh, lines. You're so hard to draw. What's going on here? Oh, I actually copied that layer somehow? Interesting. Direct all your song requests to Dire Crow because Dire Crow is the Axie Stack DJ, so... Which, by the way, Inspiration, I don't know if you've been here recently or if you've just been lurking or if this is your first time back in a while, but the channel now has an official Discord, so in the tags under the video you can find a link to the Discord. If Discord is something you're interested in, you are more than welcome to join the Axie Stack. The Axie Stack is also more than welcome to welcome you. More than open to welcome you, if you feel like it. That's a thing that you might be interested in. No worries if it's not, just putting it out there. I will not be offended if you are not interested. Flip you around the other way so I can down. Go. That's a good thing to be doing. Actually, it does not matter if I drew that line or not. I'm gonna cover it with a bush in a second. Boy, some of these compositions take forever. I did not ask anything in specific, nothing in particular. I made a brief comment about how long this takes, because the background would actually take the longest. Looking at that bush in the front, just like, ugh. Plants, why must you be so detailed? We're gonna separate everything. That is one of the downsides to doing linear art, is that background type elements take ages. I don't think you've ever seen me Bob Ross it, because that does not ever go well. I have a plan, I just... Hey man, you paid me for a full scene. I'm gonna do you a full scene. I just gotta figure out how I'm gonna handle it. I sort of have a plan, in the back of my head. Birds. No, not birds, birds. Lock that layer also so I don't actually draw on it. Who wants to cheat with me? Let's look up, I usually look at Neon Dragon's backgrounds for bushes, because she does a really good job with bush texture in the background, so I just did that. He was a wizard. Definitely a wizard. I love Neon Dragon. That was a nice pause at the end of that song. I appreciated it. Yeah, so the background bushes I'm gonna do like this. I'm gonna make them really simple. Foreground bushes I might do a little more detail on, just because there's only like 2 of them. I think it has. I definitely have it on the random tube site you sent me though, so it's definitely randomized. But I guess if it's random, it might have a tendency to come back. Yeah. Well, at least we know it's not going to repeat, like, you know, in between other songs. It's going to always be the ones we've heard already, you know? Like, on YouTube, it's always, like, there's one song that gets repeated every, like, 4 songs. Not feeling that, actually. Okay, new plan. Can I have a tree line that's up close, please? That'd be great. Thinking for a second. This is kind of jazzy. I'm gonna bring the I'm gonna make the path they're walking on more like cobblestone and not like dirt. Could be. Yes, it is. you worried me for a second there. I'm gonna do the path like it's cobblestone, anyway, but I'm gonna use these trees as reference, just to get them a little closer to the road so that I don't have to draw as many, because I think I'm gonna do like... one or two, maybe 3 big trees up near the road, and then the rest of them are gonna be items. Oh, just the sketch layer, yeah. Sort of look a little better that way, actually. Switch it over so it's... Yeah, sorry, I misunderstood. Kinda liking that better? I kinda like that better. Yeah. I'm not sure why, but yes, I think I like it on the left also. Yeah. That. I agree with you. We shall do it. It's done. Peter, can you stop grabbing the layers and duplicating them, please? Thank you. Trying to put a little more detail into, what is an elebit? The little rabbit thing is so scary, I love it. See, this is, Nugget and I were talking about this the other day, was, how I do backgrounds, and a lot of when I do backgrounds is I have trouble with the backgrounds if I don't break it down into like specific like if I don't make each object in the background its own character. So like looking at a scene like this, I would get so confused painting all these trees and all these leaves. So in this background we have tree with plant friends, tree with plant friends, and tree with plant friends, and then anything in the background is just gonna be, you know, shapes. But breaking it down into objects that have more objects attached to them makes it easier for me to think about it. Even if it's like, even if that's totally normal and a normal way to think about it, like thinking about it that way for me makes more sense. I get very overwhelmed with details, especially in like grassy environments like this. There's just so much going on that I get confused really easily. Yeah, this tree line up here, this, makes the characters look really tiny. Or it makes the characters look really huge. I mean, the trees are already kind of small. I might have to blow them up a little bit. Can you please select any brush size other than the one I had, please? Thanks. Looking a little big, or a little small. I know my words tonight, don't worry. What? You. I was talking about you. That's it. I don't know, the other day you and I were talking about backgrounds and how to do backgrounds. I think. Maybe it was you. Maybe it was somebody else. Yes, long day makes short words. My cat is being very cute right now, though, so she must forgive me. I've been very mean to her today, though. And I'm going to continue to be very, very mean to her for the rest of the week, because every morning and every night she gets to have eardrops and eye drops, and she's not going to like me very much at all after that. Luckily, she's very forgiving. She was very snuggly today. I do the same thing when I do interiors. I try to think of, you know, so this person has actually, in fact, I think I brought this example up the last time I talked about this, so I'll bring it up again. Some here of a house. I don't know where that is. It's in sketches for some reason. So she's alright. I sort of do the same hawk talon grip to her face that I do to Steve. So I kind of hold her under her neck and use my index and my middle finger to hold her jaw so that she can't squirm away from me. She doesn't like it, but it's the same method I use to brush her teeth, too. She hates it. But she purrs afterward and comes to me for treats, so she knows that if I bother her enough that she gets to eat. So, so for this, yeah, and so in this room, I actually had, I actually drawn the picture from the top and then forced it into perspective. So, first of all, that's how I did that. Second of all, though, like, when I was going through and putting details on the tables, like, it was like I looked at this table and I said, okay, this guy probably, you know, for this example, maybe he reads a lot of books. So I put some books on the table. And it was like, it wasn't just like, oh yeah, stick some books on the table, but it was like, okay, he has 2 books and they're this color, and then I'm gonna put one that's this color. And like thinking about each object in the room as an object, almost like if you were building a room in a video game. Like how you have to play, you know, if you're building an environment, you have to place, you know, a monster, you have to place a treasure chest, you have to place a tree. And thinking about each item like an object helped me break down the backgrounds enough to think about it. Hang on, I'm gonna take a picture of my cat and post it in the Discord because she is so fucking cute right now. She's got her little paw over her head and it's so great. Alright. So we're gonna continue now that I've babbled about art for a minute. Let me go back to this. So that's pretty much where I want it. And then anything else in the background, like more shrubs, more trees, I'm just gonna do all in, just all in shapes, so they don't need to be too crazy. Now you guys can all enjoy the cute picture of my bub. And you can see my lovely collection of Quagsires in the background. I put a Quagsire in a gym today while we were out raiding. Very happy about it. Usually I think to put like good things in the gym, and this time I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna do whatever I want. Yep. my cat is the best. Huh. Yeah, you're a little Caesar. That's how I keep her off the desk, by the way. Or keep her off the laptop. I just put her blanket, her Zelda blanket down. Because it was my blanket, but now it's her blanket. I just put the blanket down and then she stays off the laptop for the most part. Yeah, I have a big, huge collection of Quagsires. I have roughly collection's valued at in this moment. I think that's about $200, $300 worth of Quagsire merchandise. I have got like 2 entire layers of Quagsire stuff. I bought them off a girl on LiveJournal. I have everything you could think of, too. There's, like, plush, there's figures, there's pencils, there's a... I think there's a pencil case or, like, a change purse over there. He's my favorite, okay? Don't judge me. Except you can totally judge me, because it's pretty weird. Oh my god. Speaking of things that I have in those cabinets, I forgot to tell you guys, I was gonna take a picture of it this morning, and then I had to get my cat to the vet. So, in the middle of the night last night, something came crashing down in here, and that happens sometimes because I have way too many things in the one cabinet. So, I just ignored it. And when I got up the next morning and I came in here to get Shay's paperwork out of the drawer of the desk, I went over and investigated. And one of the Mr. Game & Watch amiibos, so, like, you know how, I don't know if any of you guys actually collect amiibos. The Mr. Game & Watch amiibo comes with, like, 3 alternative poses that you can stick on the little stand. But I don't have extra stands, so to display them, I just taped them to the back of the case, and they just sit there. Well, the tape is not great, and so eventually, at some point, it just gave out, and one of the Mr. Game & Watch fell down. Well, he fell down, and he hit Rosalina, who was on the top shelf, because she's huge, and I needed to put her on the top shelf. Because I have little stair steps inside there to put the characters on, so Rosalina fell down and knocked everybody else down, so all of the amiibos were all stacked up against the glass, because they fell. But some of them fell in really stupid positions. Like, the Rosalina fell with the hand holding the wand hooked around Zelda's neck, and it looked like she was, like, stroking Zelda's face sensually, and it looked like Zelda was dipping her. It was really funny. I left them there. I'll take a picture after I'm done streaming and send it to you guys. It's really funny. Like, Mr. Game & Watch is dead. You know, Pac-Man is tipped over. He's completely dead. You know, Bowser Jr. got murdered. They're just... My amiibos are everywhere. All because Mr. Game & Watch couldn't stay up on the wall. Yes, actually, that is basically the plot of Smash Bros. Smash Bros. Happened inside my cabinet in the middle of the night last night. I'm just happy that none of them fell. I'm happy none of the big ones fell down, like Bowser and Donkey Kong, the other one. I'm really happy neither of them fell down, because if those had fallen down and hit the glass, I don't think they would have broken the glass. I wasn't really concerned about that, but if they had hit the glass hard enough, they might have shook the shelf above them, and if you so much as breathe on my turret collection, they fall, and I would have had to put all, like, 50-something turrets back into place, and that would have just not been very much fun. So I am very glad that the heavy characters stayed where they were, and did not rattle the rest of the container all that much, because that shelf is a nightmare. I need to find a better way to display the turrets, because they just fall down so easily. The turrets, actually, the funniest thing about the turrets from Portal is that they have the worst design. Like, logistically, for a sentry robot, they have such a terrible design, and it's kind of I think that might be kind of the joke, you know? I think that's sort of the point, is that they're just very poorly designed. But they fall over at everything. Like, you don't even really have to touch them, you just look at them the wrong way and they fall. Yeah, like, I think that's the point, but it just... They definitely do not. The tripod design is not good for stability. The thing is like, but I mean, like, in the context of the Portal universe, like, they're designed as, like, as a guard robot, right? So you'd think they'd want them to stand up, but they don't. And I think that's sort of the funniness of Portal, being that they're, you know, they're these high-powered sentry robots that don't stand up well. And I think it matches kind of the funny nature of Portal very well. But they, as figures, they do not stand up at all. They fall down quite frequently. A couple of them are actually broken, and I've had to super glue them back together, which devalues the collection quite a bit, but their legs fall off also. But I can tell you, as an owner of, how many did I say I had? 52? I think the collection's like 52 turrets or something like that. As an owner of several turrets, I can tell you that they do not stand up. They are not well designed. Did I ever show you guys that collection? I think it's on my Tumblr. Well, I'll take a picture and send it to you guys if you haven't seen it, because I'm pretty proud of that collection. If you don't know what I'm talking about, Neko and Portal released these blind boxes a couple years back. Maybe you've seen them, maybe you know what I'm talking about. But they're blind boxes for Portal, and they come with the turrets, and they come in all different colors. And I managed to collect all of them. The last couple were very hard. I had to buy a few online. Mostly because by the time I was getting close to being finished with the collection, they stopped making them, and so I was buying, like, whatever I could find. You know, I would go to, like, a Books A Million, and I would buy any packs they had, because I was looking for a specific one. Yep, it's back. It returned. Actually, though, speaking of that, speaking of this picture, though, this is what they look like, and I have a collection, I have all of them, except for this one, and this picture I got off of somebody's eBay listing forever ago, and I didn't bid on it, because I didn't know where it was coming from, and I wish that I had. This is one of my biggest, like, as a buyer on eBay, one of my biggest regrets is that I did not bid on this auction, because I have no idea what color this is. I don't know if it's a real color. I don't know if it's a knockoff color. I have no idea what this is, and I've never seen it ever again. So if you guys are ever browsing the eBays and you ever see that Hawaiian shirt turret, hook me up, because I need it. But as far as I know, my collection is complete. I've never been able to confirm whether or not that turret's real or not. It could be a knockoff, but I don't know. Playlist has a very specific order it wants to go in tonight. Okay. That's the road. Okay, interesting. Don't know why that's there. Whew. I think I might have to spend some time on these tomorrow afternoon, try to cut them down a little bit. But I still have to finish this. I have to finish Marinette's thing. And I have to finish, Mage Winter's thing. I might have to spend some time doing these tomorrow, too. I mean, I was planning to art tomorrow anyway, but, you know, throughout the day also. Try to make a little progress. It's gonna take me forever to get these finished, if I'm only doing, like, 2 hours a day. Like, once a week. I mean, it's not so much a matter of not doing what I want, because I want to work on this stuff, and it's not like I'm not having fun working on these, it's just that they're taking a long time, and they're just taking longer than I'm used to. I don't usually take this long when I work on stuff, but I mean, I'm getting a little tired. I've had a long day, but I'm gonna go up till 11 o'clock and then call it a night. Usually on a Saturday, I'd maybe stay up a little bit longer, but I've had a long weekend, so I'd like to cut it short today. Well, not short. I guess on Saturdays, like, I try to go till at least 11. The only day of the week where the schedule is really specific is during the week. You know, any weekday, any day I have to go to work the next morning is a very rigid, I will be done at 10 o'clock regardless, or whatever. But Saturdays, I know I can stay up a little bit, so sometimes I do, but tonight is not going to be one of those nights. Tonight is a, go till the time I said I'd go till and then go to bed, so... Just a little bit longer, try to get a little bit more of this guy done, and I'm thinking maybe by tomorrow, I think if I work on, I have to go do some errands tomorrow, but I'm thinking if I have some free time tomorrow, and, when I have some free time tomorrow, because I know I'm gonna have plenty of free time, I'm gonna try to work on a little bit of Lore Hondo writing, so that I'll have some more stuff to share with you guys, because I need to flesh out a few more things for my world, and then, I'll probably work on trying to get the line art done on this a little bit, so that maybe tomorrow night we can finish up the color and everything, because color won't take as long as the lines. Color is very messy and quick, and it won't take me too long to finish, so hopefully, Dire Crow, we can get your commission finished up tomorrow night, and then, who knows? But, I think you guys have watched me line art for long enough. I think we've done this for, what, 2 days now, so... I think it's time to move on to something a little more interesting, like color. I think the color's the fun part. We'll try to get this bad boy finished up. Hey, search this Mac, go away. I don't know what key command I hit that makes that come up, but sometimes that comes up and it bugs me. I know, I'm a fascinating person talking about my schedule in the middle of the stream. But, yeah, I mean, I guess the line art's interesting too, but after a while it's like, oh look, she's outlining the sketch. I suppose the color's the same way though. Oh look, she's coloring in the sketch. So. Anyway. I guess I should say then that the line art is the least fun for me, but it's still fun in its own way, I guess, if that makes sense. Like, if I could do nothing but color, I would do that, but I can't, so... But I gotta do the hard work, too. Can't have all the fun. I just don't find the line art as fun, because it gets really repetitive after a while. Like, after a while you... Especially with... And again, not complaining about the subject matter, because I love drawing anything for you guys, but... Like, for something like, feathers, or scales, that you have to draw a lot of, and it's, like... Like, when I draw characters, like the Jadoa, when they have feathers on their head, you can draw, like, 4 or 5 feathers just for their hair, their quote-unquote hair, you know, whatever their hairstyle is, their feather style, you know, head crest style, and you can do each one a little different. Each feather is a little bit different. When you do a wing, you can't do that. You can't make each feather a little different. The feathers have to be exactly the same or the bird's wings don't make any sense. So it's a little bit less fun to do repetitive things like wings, fins, because fins are very repetitive too. It's like, you know, 3 things with this in the middle, but if you have to do it all down somebody's back, it's not fun. And it's not that I don't want to do it, because I will do it because it comes, you know, that's the character and that's the way the character's supposed to be, and so I do it. And that's, you know, you can't draw fun things all the time. But specifically repetitive line art is not as exciting. It's kind of the same thing when like painters do things like chainmail. Like chainmails. What minor error did I make though? Tell me. Did I mess up somebody's wings? Yeah, his wings are pretty messy. Was that intentional? Oh yeah, they are kind of ragged. I could go through and mess up a couple of the feathers. I can do that. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow. Well, it's coming along. I guess that would explain why he's not such a good flyer, huh? I think... Side note. Sorry, I'm just studying for a moment. I actually kinda... thinking maybe I should at some point crop the wing in a little bit, center these guys a little bit more, because they're not very centered right now. It makes the picture a little more square, but just let me test crop for a second. It's not that I don't like this crop, it's that the characters are very, because of the size of, Fenwick's wings. Does it? Okay. I just kind of like, this is all empty space right here because nothing's really going on in this area. And Fenwick's, it's partially because of Fenwick's wings. Even if I turn the sketch back on, you know, the picture's very left-hand heavy. And I was kind of thinking maybe if I crop out Fenwick's wing just a little bit, like just show, like, you know, the side of his wing. Because you don't need to see the whole thing. Especially since he's got this other wing here, so you can see it. It would also save me a little bit of background, but... Sort of like the square crop better. I don't know how you feel, Dyer. Art! Yes, we're attempting to composition. Bring the top down a little bit. Let's not cut off as much of the wing. Actually, that's better. Kind of like this one. Yeah, just trim off a little bit of the wing so that the composition doesn't extend too far. And that leaves these guys kind of in the middle still. So they're still forward, but they're not as far forward, if that makes sense. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna hit save on that, actually. And, yeah. So I just have to do the other trees. I dig it. Yeah, it was one of those things, like, it wasn't that the other composition was bad, it's just I think this is better, if that makes sense. Like, the other composition would work, I just think it could have maybe not been so frontward heavy. Because that's one of those, like, rule of thirds things. Actually, the cutoff grid for the crop is, a good example of that, because it does the rule of thirds, where you get these grid lines, and if you tuck a character up against the front, like if you tuck the character's front end, so like in this case they're facing right to left, if you put their left side up against the left side, like in the left third of the window, it makes the composition feel very claustrophobic, and so it's really good for horror, where if you want your character to feel like they're shrinking away from something in the background, you push their front up against the direction they're facing. But in this case, they're not, and it's not supposed to be, so I wanted to center them a little bit better, because otherwise it squishes them a little bit. If anything, the composition should go this way a little bit, but I don't want to do that, so... I don't think that this scene needs more background. I think this scene is, since it's so character heavy, I think just a simple background works really well for them. I'm not really digging the bottom of these trees either, and I will probably come back to that another night. Okay, I'm gonna actually just hit save, and I will try to get the line art done tomorrow sometime in the afternoon, so when we stream tomorrow night at 8:30 rather, I might just do 8. I see I did 8:30 so that it would be, it would give me a little extra time in case I got home from work late, but I end up sitting around for half an hour, so I don't know. Anyways, 8 o'clock, 8:30 tomorrow. We'll get to color on these guys. I'll make sure that they're set up for color. You know, unless I don't, in which case you'll see me finish the trees first. I'm a scrub. Yeah, Ryarko, he basically is. He's like, oh my god, why do I hang out with you? I'm enjoying this so far. This one's fun. I enjoy all of them. You guys come up with such cool ideas for stuff. You know, whether it's a really funny composition or a really serious composition, you guys come up with such fun ideas, and I have a lot of fun working on this stuff. So I'm gonna head to bed. Stream tomorrow night is at 8:30, like usual. We're gonna maybe finish this guy up, and yeah. So thanks for coming to hang out with me. Have a good night, and I hope I will see you later. Have a good Sunday. Hopefully everybody has a good end to their weekend. So, and in case anybody who is here is not there, there is a Discord. We have a Discord channel. So if you are new, I don't know who's here that's new. I don't know even who's in the chat, but you know, if you're new, Discord, we love it. We'd love it if you joined. If you don't want to, totally okay. But I'm gonna head on off to bed. So, hey, I'm always here. I'm always open for suggestions. I got a list. I have we got Ryarko's, we got DarthHonchkrow's, we got Mage Winters, we got Apple Gravy / Tested. Asked me for something. He's at the bottom of the list right now, or she. Sorry, Apple Gravy, I forgot if you even told me. So I have a small list, but we're working on it. So have a good night, guys. I will see you later. Bye!